Yo, what's good, trending fam? Welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be discussing we're coming back with part 2 across decades. Who's the best NBA point guard edition? Now, if I seemed a little pissed in the beginning, I recorded this video already. My phone didn't crash or anything, but my mic was like that the whole time, so nobody could hear me. And that was literally probably the best run video on my channel so far. But it's alright. It's a grind. I'll do it again. Now let me... Because the audio was pretty trash last video, even with my mic, you know what I'm saying? But I literally just ran through this, so I probably won't be looking at my computer screen as much. But let me real quick just check that my mic is on. Yes, sir! It is. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to turn the sound up a little. Okay, so let's get into it. As I mentioned before, in this series, we're going to be able to do a ton of episodes because we have to do multiple parts of different positions. Who's the best? Like I already mentioned, this is point guard edition, and we still have shooting guard, small forward, power forward, and center left. So expect a lot more of these videos coming out soon. So far, I think we've only done NHL forwards and now NBA point guards. So without further ado, let's get into it. Now, my honorable mentions are: in the 90s, Gary Payton, one of the best defensive players of all time. Defensive point guards of all time. Sorry, maybe I do need to look at my script a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Anyway. Bruh. Hello. Alright. For the 90s, we have Gary Payton, one of the defensive point guards ever. One of the best defensive point guards ever. He wasn't a pure scorer, as career points per game is only 6.3, and he's also never won a championship, which is why he's on this list. In 2000, we have Jason Kidd, 10-time All-Star, 9-time All-Defensive Team player, and not one of the most overrated players of all time. But he is overrated in my opinion. Regardless, he's the top 10 point guard of all time. He's not on this list because the 2000s player I have is better and not overrated in my opinion. He's one of the most selfless players this league has ever seen, and one of the most savviest passers who this league has ever seen. For the 10s, we have CP3, one of my favorite point guards ever, who has never won a chip, but he's a tremendous leader. He's already a 10-time All-Star and 9-time All-Defensive Team player. When he hangs them up, he's definitely going to be a Hall of Famer, and currently is playing on my Western Conference team, the Phoenix Suns. For the 70s, we have Tiny Archibald. He's one of the most underrated point guards ever. Not only is he one of 5 players ever to lead the league in scoring and assists, and he did it in 1972 to 1973, but he missed a whole season of his prime, dudes. When he was 29, he had a season-ending Achilles injury where he did not play. He was coming off a season where he was 28 years old, where he averaged 20.5 points per game, 7.5 assists, and 1.7 steals. Sad. He probably would have definitely made another All-Star team. He's a Hall of Famer, a top 15 point guard of all time, and 6-time All-Star. Now, the next honorable mention is kind of surprising and an inconvenient cut, just because the 50s were in a decade I want to compare. But we have Bob Cousy, the best player to play in the 50s in my opinion. But, you know, he played against 50s competition, so that's another reason why he's an honorable mention. But 13-time All-Star, 6-time NBA champ, 6-time assist leader, and the 56-57 MVP, as well as a Hall of Fame. So for our first comparison, we have 2000s versus 80s, AI versus Magic. To start off, let's give both these legends their due respect. AI is an MVP, multiple-time scoring champ, and Hall of Famer. The only real knock on his resume, he never won a championship. I mean, sure, he was undersized, but after you have a Hall of Fame career, I don't really think that's an issue anymore. On the other end of the spectrum, we have Magic Johnson, a 6'9" point guard who's great on both ends of the floor, and he's the only player that ever averaged 20 points per game and 12+ assists twice. Not only is he a 3-time MVP, 5-time NBA champ, and 3 times Final MVP, but he led the NBA in a statistical category 6 out of his 12 NBA seasons. Magic has the better resume and is a better point guard. 2000s versus 80s, 80s wins. Next, we're taking it back. Old school throwback, baby. 60s versus 70s. The Big O versus Walt Frazier. Again, let's acknowledge these Hall of Famers' accomplishments. Walt Frazier is one of the best defensive point guards ever with 7-time All-Defensive Team honors, but and 2 NBA championships that solidifies him as being a Hall of Famer. But he was one of the OG big point guards as he averaged 19, 6, and 6 as a Knick. His overall numbers are skewed because he averaged 2 of his 3 lowest season totals as a Cavalier. Oscar Robertson was the original triple-double king. Move over, Westbrook. Another big point guard at 6'5", 205. He averaged about 26, 8, and 10. He won an NBA championship in 1971 with sophomore year Kareem, who averaged 32 a night before he dipped to Milwaukee. He was in Milwaukee before he dipped to LA. Like, I always thought that was weird how he, won a chip and then played another year in Milwaukee and then went to LA. But that's besides the point. He won an MVP, is a 12-time All-Star, and 6-time assist champ. Oscar is the better player offensively and overall, in my opinion. To end it all, we have the 10s versus the 90s. Curry versus Stockton. I don't know. It seems like I'm really speeding through this video. I'm sorry if I'm going too fast, but, I already did this video, so I basically don't even have to look at my script, really. I'm just taking off the top of my head. Like, it feels like I literally just did this 5 minutes ago. Stockton's already a Hall of Famer, but Curry is the best shooter of all time. I'll explain later. John Stockton is a 10-time All-Star, 5-time All-Defensive Team player. He's overrated in my opinion again, but still top 10 point guard ever. I'll also explain why I think he's overrated. He's one of 2 players ever to average a career averages of a double-double. Now I know you're saying, Frank, you know that's cap, bud. And it is cap, but points and assist wise. And the other player, I'm pretty sure, is Magic. He's second all-time in assists per game, only behind Magic. He is also the all-time leader in steals with 3,265. You heard me right. 3, 2, 6, 5. Which is pretty crazy. His longevity is unmatched as he played 1,504 games spanning across 19 seasons, but that's why I think he's overrated. His steals numbers are definitely inflated after playing 1,500 games over 19 seasons. However, his assist numbers are not. He averaged 7+ assists in 18 consecutive seasons. The only season he didn't was his rookie year, where he averaged 6.7 or 6.9. Sorry, guys. Damn it, the yawn won't come. I swear, if I yawn when I talk, I'm gonna be pissed. He's currently second all time in career 3-pointers made. Career 3-pointers made, only behind Ray Allen, the all-time leader, who has 600 more games played than him. Steph Curry was kind of injury prone early in his career, and even just last season, which I'm about to go into, who just suffered an ankle injury which sidelined him for 58 games last season, an already shortened year, which took away a whole season of his prime and a less year that he could have been competing in the playoffs. Alright. The 6-time All-Star and All-NBA player already has 3 championships and 2 MVPs, but is chasing an ever-so-elusive Finals MVP. Like, bro, the Iggy Finals MVP is, so disrespectful, bro. He's just too inspirational, man. As Flight would say, he's too inspirational to not have a Finals MVP yet, you know what I'm saying? But I think the separator between Stockton and Curry, Curry has 3 more championships and is the better scorer. It's better scorer, not core. That's going to do it for me, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video, Trending Fam. I'll catch you in the next one. Have a good month. Have a good day. Hey, yeah. Have a good day. Have a good year. Hey, yo. That last video was a banger, honestly, man. Anyway, in the last video, it even came naturally to me to ask for likes. Oh, my God. Anyway. These videos take kind of a long time to make, a lot of research and effort I put into them. This is probably like a 9-10 minute video, so it takes me probably like 4 hours total to record, make a video. But, it's a grind, and I'm out here.